Ladies and gentlemen, the new Porsche Cayenne. Please welcome the chairman of the executive board, Mr. Unveiling.
Was für ein furioser Auftakt.
What a great start, dear ladies and gentlemen.
Wir waren gerade
We've just
Augenzeugen
been ear and eye witnesses
einer Uraufführung.
of a world premiere.
Was Sie soeben
We've
sahen,
just seen and heard, composed and choreographed, especially for tonight, for you.
choreografiert. Eine Sinfonie
A symphony
in 4
in 4 moved by the Bohemian Symphony Orchestra from Prague
und dem
and the
Bläserensemble
wind ensemble of Leipzig Gewandhaus Orchestra,
komponiert
composed by
von
Professor Jesse Milliner.
Hier live auf der Bühne,
Here live on
ergänzt,
stage,
begleitet
supplemented
von
and
11
accompanied by
Musikern
11 musicians
15
and
Tänzer.
15 dancers.
Eine Sinfonie
A
der
symphony of
Talente,
talents,
der Qualitäten,
of qualities,
der Erlebnisse
of experiences,
und der
and
Leidenschaft.
of passions.
Eine Sinfonie des Lebens.
Symphony of life.
Das Leben ist
Life
vielfältig.
is diverse,
So vielfältig
as diverse
wie die
as the various
Einsatzmöglichkeiten
types of views
des neuen
of the
Cayenne.
new Cayenne.
Deshalb heute Abend
Therefore,
diese
tonight,
Sinfonie
this Symphony
of
of
Life.
Life
Eine
is an
Ode
ode
an den neuen
to the
Cayenne.
new Cayenne.
Willkommen in Zuffenhausen,
Von Hause, my
sehr
dear
verehrte
ladies
Damen und
and
Herren.
gentlemen,
Und vor allem
and first and
herzlich
foremost,
willkommen zur
welcome to the
Vorstellung des
presentation
neuen
of the
Porsche
new
Cayenne
Porsche Cayenne.
hier in Der Cayenne ist im
The
Kern
Cayenne,
seit
in essence, has
ein
always been
leistungsfähiger
a very
Alleskönner.
powerful all-rounder,
Verbindet
combining
ausgeprägte
distinctive
Sportlichkeit
sportiness
mit
with luxurious comfort for fascinating sporty mobility
in jeder
in each type
Lebenslage.
of use.
Heute ins
Today to
Büro,
the office,
morgen ins
tomorrow
Gelände.
to off-road,
und auf
another
die
weekend
Rundstrecke.
to the track.
Der Cayenne garantiert Ambiente,
Guarantees
Präzision
atmosphere,
und
precision
Fahrspaß
and
auf
driving
jedem
pleasure
Terrain.
on every terrain,
Gerade
typical
typischen
design.
Daran hat sich über die
Nothing of this
verschiedenen
has changed across the various model
Modellgenerationen
generations,
nichts geändert. Außer,
except for the fact
dass der
that the
Cayenne-Auflage
Cayenne has
noch
become
ein wenig besser
just a
wurde.
little better.
Noch besser zu werden
Becoming
als
better
bisher,
than before.
das war auch unser Antrieb
This
bei der
was what
Entwicklung.
moved us forward for developing the new generation.
Wir haben unser Erfolgsmodell
We've completely
komplett neu
redeveloped our
konzipiert.
success model,
Es in allen Belangen noch einmal
substantially
spür-
improving
sichtbar
and
verbessert
perfectioning it in all
und
aspects.
perfektioniert. Wir haben das Fahrzeug zudem
Furthermore,
weiter
we also
digitalisiert und
further
vernetzt,
digitize and network the
damit
vehicle,
konsequent
thus
auf
making
uns
it
ausgerichtet.
towards the future.
Es ist meine
And it
feste
is my firm
Überzeugung,
conviction
mit dieser dritten
this
Modellgeneration
third model generation
setzen
will
wir die
permit us
Erfolgsgeschichte
to
Cayenne
continue the
nahtlos
success
fort.
story of the Cayenne.
Ferry Porsche
Ferry
sagte es
Porsche
bereits im
predicted
Jahr
it as early
1989.
as in 1989. I quote,
Wenn wir ein
"If we
Geländefahrzeug,
make an off-road vehicle based on our quality requirements
vorne steht Porsche
and
drauf,
put the Porsche lettering in front of
würde
it,
es auch verkauft.
it will sell."
Der große Visionär hat recht
The great
behalten.
visionary proved right.
10 Jahren gehört der Cayenne
Cayenne
zu den tragenden
It's one of
Säulen
the
des
main
Geschäfts.
Porsche for 15
Porsche
years.
hat den Mut besessen,
Porsche has mustered the courage to
Neues,
embark upon new,
ein
up to
unbekanntes
then
Terrain
unknown
vorzuwagen,
terrain, while at the
gleichzeitig
same time retaining
unbeirrt an seiner
unwaveringly
Tradition
its
und an
tradition
seinen Werten
and its
festzuhalten.
values.
Dieser Mut hat sich
This
ausgezahlt.
courage paid off.
Ist
With
uns
the
eines
Cayenne,
den Mythos
we were able
Porsche
to successfully the myth of
ein
Porsche
völlig neues
to
Marktsegment
completely new segment
übertragen.
to transfer it for the first time.
Sportwagen
Our sports
im
car
SUV-Segment
in the
hat sich über
SUV
die
segment
vergangenen 1,5 Jahrzehnte
has been a
hinweg
bestseller and driver of growth
und
over the last
Wachstumsmotor
15
erwiesen.
years.
Mehr noch.
More so,
Der Cayenne hat Porsche
Cayenne
die Türen
opened
in viele neue
many
Märkte
new markets for
geöffnet,
Porsche
ganz
and
wesentlich
substantially contributed to the internationalization of our sales network
und
and
zu einer
to
erheblichen
considerable
Verbreiterung
expansion
unserer
of our
Kundenbasis.
customer bases.
Bis heute
To
haben wir
date,
vom Cayenne insgesamt
sold
mehr als
overall
760.000
More
Fahrzeuge
than
produziert.
760,000 units of the Cayenne. The
500.000
second generation launched in 2009 accounted for about,
die 2009 auf den Markt kamen. Mit der dritten
with the
Generation
third generation,
werden wir dieser Erfolgsgeschichte
we
heute
will add a
Abend
new
ein
chapter
weiteres
to this
Kapitel
success
hinzu.
story.
Der neue Cayenne wirkt
The new
auf den
Cayenne
ersten Blick schon deutlich
Makes a
sportlicher.
substantially sporty impression at
Karosserie
first
ist
glance.
länger,
The body,
der Bereich ist
the rear
flacher
end
und
is
dynamischer
flatter
gestaltet.
and more dynamic.
Unser Designteam
Our
wird
design
Ihnen
team
dazu
will
gleich
tell
mehr
you more
erzählen.
details about this shortly. Lightweight construction with 100% aluminum in the outer skin.
Der Cayenne
The
bis zu
Cayenne
65 Kilogramm leichter
lost
geworden.
up to 65 kilograms,
Gleichzeitig
but at the same time, the series equipment
erweitert
was
wurde.
substantially expanded.
Im Innenraum
In the interior,
blickt der Fahrer
the driver
auf eine komplett
looks
neu
to a completely
gestaltete
new design console,
auf unser
our
neues
new
digitales
digitized
Porsche
Porsche
Advanced
Advanced Cockpit.
Smartphone-ähnliche Touch-Oberflächen.
Similar touch surface to smartphones have replaced the majority of the analogous controls. Our operating principle, however, has been retained.
Intuitiv erschließt sich der Zugriff auf alle
Access of all functions
neuer
to a large number of
digitaler
new
Dienste,
digital services and new assistance systems.
vom
The night vision assistant, for example, the traffic sign recognition, up to the traffic jam assistant,
teilautonomes Fahren, im Stop-and-Go
which makes semi-autonomic driving and stop-and-go traffic.
setzt der
Cayenne in its segment sets new standards,
mit Innovationen,
including innovations like the predictive cruise control Porsche InnoDrive as a pre-staged autonomous driving, the new rim protection assistant,
der Porsche
or the
Offroad,
Porsche Off-Road Precision app,
mit der Sie Ihre
which allows
Ausflüge
you
ins Gelände
to record
aufzeichnen
your off-roads and to improve your off-road skills.
und
And
der neue Cayenne
the new
ist immer
Cayenne
online.
is always online,
Porsche Connect
offering
Dienste und
new
Funktionen,
Porsche Connect services and functions, like, for example,
entwickelte
a sophisticated advanced online voice control.
Damit bedienen Sie nicht
This
nur
allows you
einzelne
to
Connect
control not only
Dienste,
individual,
auch erstmals
but also
Fahrzeugfunktionen,
functions
wie etwa die Klimaanlage
like the air conditioning
oder
system
Ihre
or
Sitzheizung.
your seat heating for the first time.
Ganz analog, Porsche-typisch,
Typically for Porsche, to the left of the steering wheel,
zum Leben erweckt.
that's how the two newly developed
Cayenne mit nun
engines are started. The base
und der Cayenne
340 horsepower and the Cayenne S with 440
deutlich
HP.
leistungsfähiger,
Both of them are substantially more powerful and at the same time more efficient than their predecessors.
mäßig an Bord.
As a standard fit,
Neue 8-Gang
we have
Tiptronic
the
S
new 8-speed Tiptronic S and the active all-wheel drive
Traction Management.
Porsche traction management.
Erstmals verfügt der
For the
Cayenne
first time, the Cayenne has mixed tires and an optional rear axle steering system.
Damit trägt unser SUV
This means that our SUV model
Ikone 911
has even more genes of the sports car Icon 911.
und Sportlichkeit,
An even larger versatility between comfort and sportiness are provided by the three-chamber engine and the electronics roll stabilization with a 48-volt onboard network.
Weitere
Another
Innovation
innovation is the new high-performance brake called surface-coated brake.
Eine Beschichtung aus
A
Wolfram-Carbid,
coating from tungsten carbide reduces the braking path and minimizes wear.
im Zusammenspiel mit einem
Together
noch
with an
geringeren Gewicht
even
durch
lesser
intelligenten
weight
Aufbau,
due to intelligent lightweight measures. All these measured components set the Cayenne in terms of
Sicherheit,
drive dynamics, safety, and everyday use suitability. Dear ladies and gentlemen, you know the Cayenne base model and the Cayenne S are only the beginning.
weitere Derivate
Other
werden
modifications
folgen.
are to follow.
Ich verrate Ihnen
I'm sure
heute
I
sicher
won't
nicht,
tell you
dass
too
ich
much if
sage,
I tell you today.
wir haben noch einige
There are still some very
leistungsstarke,
powerful
gleichzeitig
and at the same time
Varianten in der
efficient
Vorwahl.
versions in store.
Der Cayenne,
The Cayenne
Hybrid-Strategie
from our
profitiert.
plug-in hybrid strategy.
Lassen Sie sich
You
überraschen.
will be surprised.
Eines
However,
steht
one
aber
thing
heute
is clear today.
Der neue Cayenne ist ein
New
Porsche.
Cayenne is a Porsche by all means and without compromises. Never before has a Cayenne borrowed so much from the Porsche 911. More and everyday suitability, and at the same time more sportiness, more sports car. That means maximum versatility. The new Cayenne yet once again fulfills our promise to offer our clients with an unmistakable design also in the SUV segment without any restrictions. Now our colleagues from the design segment will give you details on the new styling. Michael Maurer, Peter Varga and Ivo van Holten. Thank you very much for your attention.
Please welcome the Vice President Style Porsche, Mr. Michael Maurer.
Hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The Cayenne, since its the presentation of the first generation, has been an absolute success. Not at least because we were able to transfer the brand identity of Porsche to this model and to bring it into this segment. The Cayenne, the sports car in the segment, and as I think the new Cayenne shows this even more clearly. Our main goal was to sharpen its character even more. More Porsche, even more Cayenne. It's more precise, more expressive, more athletic, and I think, regardless of its sportiness, it has become even more elegant. We intensely worked on many details in the interior and in the exterior. Let's now start with the exterior design, and I would like to ask my colleague Peter to come up on stage here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director, Exterior Design, Mr. Peter.
Guten Abend.
Good evening. Peter, well, it's a Porsche at first glance, it's a Cayenne, because we have typical features, topography as we call it. The wings are higher than the bonnet. We've done it, but tonight the audience is interested in the novelties of the car. Yes, of course. We start from the front, of course. A Porsche, important how it is designed. For design, we emphasize the power dome in the middle. It's a beautiful element. It's typical for a Cayenne, and it's placed perfectly in the front wings. Another issue, we said we want to work on it and develop it further, because we think we are the inventors of the 4 daytime running lights. Therefore, a new headlight, 3-dimensional, sophisticated design, and the 4 points have graphics at a slight angle. They give it this perfect look. On the front bumpers, things have changed as well, right? Of course, we have a very modern cut across its nose, so to speak, the large air intakes. That's a typical topic for the Cayenne for technical reasons. And we as designers made sure that this car has a very precise design with fine details to make sure it fits into the premium segment. Now let's look at the side, and something that comes to mind is this dynamic sloping. We call it the fly line, but here on the side many details have been worked on, right? Yeah, 2 important top attractiveness to the car. We are flatter by 1 centimeter, the roof. This is great because in the interior, nonetheless, we didn't lose any space. Second issue, which we like most, with even larger wheels, and this makes the vehicle more compact and more sporty. C-pillar, because we discussed a lot in this area. Yeah, the C-pillar was tilted, slightly tilted forward. See that even the standing car looks more dynamic, very dynamic side graphic, and this makes the car sportier. Once we talk about the side, the forms language, shape language was very important. We thought a lot about it, and we left the side very clean and soft, and typically then the rear fenders and the wings were emphasized. Well, at the end is the best. What I like most about the car is that the rear end. I always wanted to say this is the greatest challenge for an exterior designer at Porsche, because this is the part of the car which many customers, not only our customers, but especially those that drive other cars, they only see the rear end most of the time. Therefore, it's very important. No wonder that at the rear end we have this continued light band, the typical brand ID, and you also did a lot of work on your details, and you also added specific elements to it. Yes, truly. In terms of style, this new element helps us to distribute the volume, so to speak. The car makes a lighter impression if you look from behind. Particularly for the Cayenne, we have this element. We read the lights are put behind a clear cover glass. We hit it together with the Porsche lettering. We place it there, and I think this whole topic literally perfectly rounds off the design of the new Cayenne. Peter, thanks a lot for your information. So, no question, it's a genuine Porsche, and I think it shows it very clearly. Now, let's look into the interior. I personally think that the interior becomes ever more important. It's vital for us that the interior also gets a brand-typical identity. And therefore, the lock is where it always has to be for Porsche, to the left of the steering wheel. The highest point in the instrument is the cover. The cover and the seat position. Once you are in the car, you are actually sitting in the car. But here again, you will certainly be interested in the new highlights of the interior. I would like to ask my colleague Ivo van Hulten to come up on stage here.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the Director, Interior Design, Mr. Ivo van Hulten.
Well, Ivo, why don't you tell us something about the interior?
Yes, in the interior design,
the new Cayenne shows design elements which make it recognizable as a Cayenne at first glance. In order to achieve this, we had this great challenge for our interior design team, balance between the new digital world and the classical analogous world. That's a good keyword, digital and analogous world. Porsche, the instrument in the true sense of the word. It's a very important topic. My impression was to bring together these two worlds. Maybe you can tell us a little bit about how you worked on that, you and your team. Well, if you open the word, you can see at first glance, when you look at the instrument, that you have this balance. The center in our cockpit is this analogous. We have a very precise and premium design, and right next to it we have 7-inch HD displays, which means digital. We enlarge the so-called digital real estate in the instrument cluster, and this can be controlled quick and intuitively via the steering wheel. If you look into the car, you see typical features of a Cayenne: grab handles, air vents. But here again, you do a lot of work to lift this to the next level. This is true. Continuing the Cayenne identity was very important for us in the interior as well. However, with a new and modern interpretation. This means, especially for the air vent and the grab handles, we did this. But the absolute highlight is positioned in the center of the interior. In the middle of the dashboard, we have a 12.3-inch HD display, which the width of the dashboard and the new infotainment system. If you look down to the console, the center console, we have a very clean glass surface with many premium haptic details. Seats and materials, any news there? Of course. We place a lot of ambition and high quality workmanship of the materials. We have used many new materials and colors, this Biscay blue metallic, which you can see around the podium. And as to the seats, we have the comfort. We redeveloped sportiness and comfort for the sports seats. We have integrated headrests now, and this emphasizes the sportiness in the interior.
Ivo, vielen Dank.
Ivo, thanks a lot. Ivo van Hulten.
Ja, der neue Cayenne mit neuem
exterior and interior, to me, that's a fine figure. But this is probably the only comment you could have expected from me. I think it's a large step forward, a great leap forward, without losing its typical properties. The new Cayenne, the sports car in the segment, more than ever. Thank you very much.
The Porsche executives are now available for photo opportunities on stage.